And here's our bed we picked up. I got this actually for 500 bucks. It's actually in pretty darn good shape. As you see, it's pretty close to how I got it. It did have one spot screwed up down here. Along this bottom, you can't see it. I got it pretty well straightened out, but it's not 100% perfect. But for 500 bucks, this bed was pretty much ready to paint. You can see I did some primering, and I'm gonna put another coat of primer on here and block it out before we paint it. But it had a whole new floor and everything in it. And I had to put some ratchet straps here across the top. It was an inch wider here at the top. So I went ahead, ratchet and strapped it, and then got them, did the parallels, make sure it's square. I test fit a tailgate in here and it fits perfectly now. So, and get it to stay, I had to weld it, and then I re-seam sealed it right here. But all nice and square now, and we're gonna go ahead and spray some high build primer. I got the humidifier going, it's about 70% humidity. Hopefully we can get it down to about 60. Obviously the lower the better, but the longer I wait, the higher it goes. So we're gonna go ahead and spray this quick, and hopefully here in the next couple days we'll get it in color and get it on the truck. So, all right, and we got our primered bed. So turned out really good. Looks like after some 400 grip, this thing will be ready to put some color on. So pretty happy. Give you just kind of a general overview of this. I painted all the hinges and everything separately, and so I'll bolt those on and we'll spray them with color all at once. So that way there's primer between both metal surfaces. Again, we were using Summit Racing's high build primer. Pretty happy with this stuff too. No real complaints. So, and you can see why I'm kind of excited to get this bed done. Things are getting pretty cramped here in this old 2-car garage. Every time I want to paint or sand or do something, I got to pull everything out. And if it's raining, the truck isn't quite ready to be waterproof yet. So really limits my times here, and we've had pretty crappy weather on the weekends. So as soon as we get this bed painted here, hopefully this week, and get it set up on there, I can get rid of the cherry picker back to my parents, and we'll free up quite a bit of room here. So.
Is he right?
Okay, you're fine right there.
You're ready, Ashley? I got it. You're backing up more.
I'm just gonna. Okay.
It's gonna be on, babe. Got it.
You're fine.
My arm is in the way.
Let's move it. You want it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now
Now
I'm gonna slowly let down, okay? Let me know when you're gonna hit it.
it's gonna hit when you get it up.
Open up.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna. So you shouldn't hit me, right? Are you letting it down slow?
Yes.
Okay.
Coming down as you see.
So very slowly.
Make sure it doesn't catch that, let me know. And with the bed up on there, she finally looks like a complete truck, which makes me pretty dang happy. I actually have somewhat space in my garage here again, which is really nice. All I got to do yet is paint the hood, the front fascia part, the cowl, and the tailgate. So we'll get that done here hopefully in the next week or two. I do got a question for you guys that have complete trucks. Maybe you guys can help me out here with some reference dimensions. It seems like my cab is pretty far away from the bed, at least closer, or not as close as I would like it to be. I'd like it to be a little cleaner looking. But anyway, I got 2 inches between here and here. And the other thing of my concern is, and I don't know how relevant it is, but if you look at my rear wheel well, the tire is obviously sitting in the forward of the wheel well. I know some of that's because of the rear shackle flip. Obviously, as the rear of the suspension moves down, it also rotates forward. But I think it's kind of a combination of where that bed is setting and, like I say, the suspension job. Now, obviously, as the more load I get on it, the rear wheel will come back a little bit, but it still seems quite a bit off. So anyway, this is where the bed holes line up. And like I say, again, I'm not saying that mine is a perfect reference point since I got a different frame and different sheet metal, but I still think it should be just a little bit closer. Now I can move the holes forward by grinding them out, but I just want to know if this is the right spot or if I need to do some grinding quick. So if you guys can help me out, I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, it's finally looking good. I'm pretty happy. And we'll keep continuing here this weekend on the project, so stay tuned.